Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our continuing series of Connecticut Independence Caucus candidate interviews in our fifth and final to be conducted for the 5th Congressional District. Tonight we're here with Sam Caligiuri, Republican challenger for the congressional seat currently held by Chris Murphy. Sam is the son of immigrant parents and a lifelong resident of Waterbury, Connecticut, where he presently lives with his wife, Lori, and 2 children. He became the first member of his family to graduate college, earning a bachelor's degree in arts from Boston College. He went on to earn a master's degree in arts and religion from Yale Divinity School and a Juris Doctorate from Catholic University of America. Sam began his public service with a 2-year stint as Deputy Legal Counsel for the Connecticut Governor's Office. He was elected a member of the Waterbury Board of Aldermen in 1997, and after 3 years was voted President of the Board. In 2001, Sam became an acting mayor of Waterbury following the removal of Phil Giordano in accordance with city charter and due to his position on the Board of Aldermen. Currently, Sam is state senator for Connecticut's 16th district, consisting of Southington and Wolcott and parts of Cheshire and Waterbury. He is the deputy minority leader of the Senate Republican Caucus and serves as a member of 5 legislative committees. He is the ranking member or leading Republican senator, serving on the Elementary and Secondary Education Committee and the Insurance and Real Estate Committees. He also serves on the Appropriations Committee and the Regulation Review Committee, and is the founder of the 3 Strikes Now Coalition, a nonpartisan grassroots organization dedicated to enacting a 3 Strikes law in Connecticut for 3-time violent criminals. Sam's history of civic and community activities includes serving as chairman of the board of directors of the United Way of Greater Waterbury and as a trustee of the Connecticut Community Foundation. He has also served as a member of the board of directors for Governor's Prevention Partnership, Connecticut Legal Services, and the Greater Waterbury Chamber of Commerce. And has served on Governor Rell's Commission on Education and Finance. An attorney by profession, Sam is a partner at the Hartford office of Dave Pitney, LLP, and is a fellow of the Connecticut Bar Foundation, and has served as adjunct faculty member of the University of Connecticut Law School. Now, we'd like to thank you for agreeing to interview with us this evening, Sam. We're honored to speak with you, and we sincerely appreciate your willingness to engage the leaders of the wide network of grassroots groups that have grown in Connecticut and throughout the nation over the course of the past year. Your answers to the 80 Independence Caucus vetting questions are now posted on our website, and we thank you for agreeing to interview with us. We're going to begin with panel introductions, and while everybody here is a member of Independence Caucus, we come from different grassroots groups. So what we're asking the panel to do is to give their name, their town of residence, and the grassroots group to which they come to Independence Caucus. And then we'll ask you to make a brief statement regarding the principles of your campaign, and then we'll begin the questioning and go around the table, and hopefully this takes about an hour. All right? I'll start the introductions. My name is Bill Herron. I'm a lifelong resident of Terryville, Connecticut, and I come from a small but determined band of brothers and sisters called Connecticut Conservatives.
Alice LeMay from Cheshire, Connecticut. We have I'm part of the Cheshire Tea Party group, and we're going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary. We meet between 5 and 6 every Monday. We haven't missed a day. In the wind and the rain and the snow, we've been there. Anytime you'd like, you can join us.
I'm Robin Emmond from Cheshire, Connecticut, and I am from Connecticut I-Caucus.
Frank Short from New Milford, Connecticut, part of the 912 Project, the Independent Caucus, and anything that Glenn Beck says, I guess, including tea parties. Totally agree with that man.
Hi, I'm Linda Garmella-Fusco. I'm from Shelton. I'm the organizer of the 912ers of Southern Connecticut, and I'm the regional and state rep for Independence Caucus.
Tim Lennox, Meriden, Connecticut. I'm at the Independence Caucus at the Connecticut Liberty Forum. I'm also associated with RightPrinciples.com and a member of my Meriden RTC. And yes, I am a delegate to the convention, but I will be withholding my decision until after the Independence Caucus finishes its process.
Great. Well, I'm Sam Caligiuri, and I'm running for Congress here in Connecticut's 5th District. And I want to thank you all very, very much Each of you represents an organization and an effort that is something I've not seen in Connecticut, and frankly, nationally, in a very, very long time. I spoke at a Tea Party rally in New Haven on the 15th, and I said that this election year in 2010 was really not going to be an election year as much as it was going to represent a movement. Where Americans who are too busy to make ends meet to normally be involved in politics are so scared and so discouraged and so angry with the direction in which our country is heading that they're taking time out of schedules that frankly they don't have to become politically active. And so this 2010 election, whoever you end up supporting and however it works out, I think has the potential to be much more than just a run-of-the-mill election. I believe it's a movement. And I am very proud to be part of this movement and hopefully part of an effort to take our country back in the right direction. I am profoundly concerned with the direction in which our country is heading. I cannot think of something that has been advanced by the current administration or the agenda or the current majority in Congress of any real significance, including everything supported by Chris Murphy, that I think is right for our country and right for this district. And I think one of the fundamental problems that we've been encountering as a nation, and frankly, it's something that we've seen on both the Republican side of the aisle and the Democratic side of the aisle, is that we've become so spoiled by our successes as a nation that we've forgotten the Constitution. And I think that essentially at the heart of the problem we're facing is that we have people in power right now, especially in Washington, who have forgotten the Constitution, who have forgotten the basic principles that our founders embedded in that document, precisely because they came out of their own life experience that showed and they experienced firsthand what happens when you have the undue concentration of power in the hands of a central government and in the hands of a few people. And although the experience of our founders in the way that power was exercised was far more violent in many respects than anything we've experienced today, I don't sense that it's any less dangerous what we're experiencing today to our democracy than what our founders experienced over 200 years ago. Because we have been lulled into a sense of complacency when it comes to the proper role between the federal government, the states, and the local government. And I believe we need to go back to an approach to governing at the national level that respects the Constitution, because I think one of the positive outcomes of that will be smarter decisions that ultimately make our lives better. Washington is not the answer to our problems, and yet it acts as though it is. And part of what we need to do is send true conservatives back to Washington as part of a bigger movement to remind everyone about the way this was supposed to work in the first place. This is going to be a hard thing to do. It is an imperfect exercise. It wasn't a perfect exercise when the founders went through it. But it is something we absolutely have to do to make sure that we recalibrate our policy in a way that is consistent with the Constitution and ultimately advances better policies for the people of this country, for the people of this state, and for the people of this Connecticut 5th District in Congress. And so I am very happy to be running for Congress, in part to be talking about those ideas, because this is a year when people are so upset and so angry and so frustrated that I believe the people can hear the truth and accept it in ways that perhaps wasn't the truth, it wasn't possible before. And so I am very happy to be running what is going to be an issues-based campaign. Your endorsement is an important part of this process. I want to thank you for the time you've invested in all of this. I want to thank you for giving me the chance to be here. I'm delighted to answer your questions, and I'm looking forward to our discussion. And ultimately, I'd like to ask for your endorsement and your support, because I believe that together we can beat Chris Murphy. We need to do it. We can do it. We must do it. And I believe I'm in the best position to do it. Thank you very much.